Welcome back to season 3, episode 3 of Wax Pro Uncut. This
Welcome.
is part
Part
2
2 of
ish.
2.0, so it makes it 2 point
Is it really episode 2.B?
it's season 3, episode 2.2.
1.
I don't know.
This is a continuation of our
Yes,
social
yes, yes, yes,
media
yes.
episode. So much to share about social media. So, if you didn't watch the last episode, it's essentially the evolution of our learnings, our journey in this beast we call social media. We've talked a lot about why we hate social media, our personal insecurities around it, what we had to get over, our strategy, our analytics, our findings. So, here we are to share even more with you. Rachel.
Yes, we're back, baby. Social media is a beast. We know that. We keep repeating that. It's a lot of work. It's so much work from the birth of the idea of even what to post, how to record it, well, then how to edit it, how to slate it to make sure that it's doing well. And so, like she said, we've talked a lot in the last episode and others prior of all of that. We know what works for us, sort of. Again, we're not claiming to know it all. We're learning every day on the job. And as we continue to learn and evolve, we will bring it to you in the next season of the Wax Pros on Uncut. But again, it's just like a ton of trial and error. There's some stuff that, they say like once you find something that works, you do it again. Like anyone that you follow on social media that feels like they've cracked the code, or these influencers that are for social media content creation, they're like, if you find a blueprint of something that works, so let's say it's me talking to the camera with this viral hook and then this song, and they're like, if that works, make that same video 15 times and put different content behind it.
Yeah.
Like you're going to continue to do what works. Now, within reason, right? So like we've had that back waxing video that you just mentioned, that one went viral. So we did the same exact thing again, a different men's back, but the same style. It was like trending music over it with one text over the top. So like the last one went that viral was a back wax with viral music. It was like not a Kendrick song. What was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Boom,
was it
bing,
Kendrick?
bing,
Yeah, but
bang,
it was a
boom, boom,
Kendrick.
bam.
Yep, that one. But it was like an original sound. It wasn't just a Kendrick song, and it went with MIA, the Paper Planes.
Yeah. Fly
Yeah,
like
so
paper planes,
that's
fly
it.
like
It
paper
went
planes.
it went viral. Um, and so we did the
It was
exact
Kendrick. I
same
just know it.
video. Well, and that's the here's the other thing. The trending music is really iffy and in temperamental. Another great way that you can use ChatGPT, you can literally say, "Chat, tell me the most viral song. I'm posting a video today. What song should I do it to? What's the most viral song I could post it to today?" And it will tell you. Um, but I've watched other TikTok influencers who speak about trending music, and they have different thoughts on that. That you want something in a sweet spot that doesn't have over a million views. You want like the sweet spot to be between 200 and 300
1,000.
uses. Yeah, and so it can be really overwhelming. So I just picked that song because it was catchy and it went to the beat that I was trying to like the pull.
Rachel just liked to dance to that song.
Love
So
it. So I kind of got lucky with that one. That wasn't
yeah.
a whole lot of strategy, but that is also something to keep in mind when you're making content is you do get lucky sometimes and then you
Yeah, there's
just
outliers.
yeah.
Like we're dealing with the algorithm. What the fuck does
Does
that
that even
mean? You
mean
know what I mean? We're dealing with AI. We're dealing with the land of make believe for
right?
all I know.
Yeah.
So sometimes honestly it's just what hits surprises me. But one thing we did cover in the episode with Phil one on one was you just have to do the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like no matter what, you have to stay consistent. You have to do it. With strategy, sure, that gets you way further than just aimlessly posting. But
Right.
honestly, you could probably aimlessly post and still have a banger on
In
social
there,
media.
which is what we did. If we look at the evolution of where we started and where we are now, everything we posted in February, March, and April was aimlessly posting. We had more of a plan in May, and then really we saw like traction and true analytics of what worked and what did not in June and July. And
Mhm.
that is 6 months. That's it. It's not like we've been at this for a super long time. So I'm excited to see what happens in the next year of
Sure.
like really having a plan that produces, because
Right.
we keep hitting on these certain posts that of course we're going to continue to make because they're doing well, but it's still we're still trying to figure out what else works.
Right.
What else works well?
So a good formula. I was watching Alex Hermosi episode, a podcast episode, maybe one of his YouTube videos. He was saying like 80% of what you do needs to be like what works. So keep doing what works 80% of the time. 10% is going to be your new stuff. And another 10% is going to be a combination of like, okay, this is kind of new, like a new take on what already works. So that's like a really good way to frame even social media. Like,
Totally.
do what works, a little bit of new, a little bit of both. Now, I will say this, that as entrepreneurs and as content creators and seeing what's out there, we get super excited. Like that is a part of the entrepreneurial like mindset is, oh, I'm gonna try this and I'm gonna add this product. And what if I change this on my business card? And what if I do what works? Think
Mhm.
back to what works. I also want to talk about the intentionality, the goal behind your social media.
Totally.
Everyone needs customers. I am a coach by, I was gonna say business coach by day job. Every single person I know needs customers, needs asses in seats, as I say. If you've been coached by me, you know I say this. We need asses in seats. Now, if you think that posting a cutesy video that goes viral is going to get you new customers, you're in for a rude awakening.
I'm like my
Rude
mom.
awakening. Right. Grounding you in high school. You're in for a rude
You're in
awakening
for
out
a
there.
rude awakening.
And okay, now, if you're running PPC, pay per click, ads, boosting ads with the intentionality behind getting leads, sure, you're going to get leads. Leads are not customers. Wrap your head around that. Leads are not customers. Leads could be customers. That's where social media kicks in. They see you on an ad, then they see you on the media, they like you. You got to be likable. Draw in your people. You got to draw in your people. Rachel's people are not my people. Well, actually, they are because we happen to be friends for 20 plus years, but
Some of our people
some of our people are people. But
overlap.
when it comes to customers, we draw completely different audiences. Rachel will not touch a male Brazilian, she sends them my way. For me, if I know someone's in Midtown Phoenix and they want a Brazilian, a chick, all day. You probably watching this, I've probably referred you to Rachel because I like to send people based off of where they live. I don't want to inconvenience people. In saying that, you have to know why you're posting and you cannot bank on your post to generate the actual customer, but it could convert your lead to a customer. And that's what branding is about is your voice becoming likable and attracting your people. And I feel like we've definitely
We've talked
hit on
about that
that
a lot.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, so like in terms of social media and what we're putting out and a recommendation to the people that are watching and following, what do you feel like has made it easier for us to show up on camera?
Well, obviously practice makes perfect.
Mhm.
You know, it at least makes it less awkward. We both, as mentioned in literally just last episode, um, we don't like to come off as materialistic or like, look at us, or we think we're the shit. Like, I hate that. But now that we have social proof that we are helping people, you guys are taking time to tell us, like, we love that. I learned this. Thank you so much. That is what's helping me.
Mhm. I agree.
It's like
The
now
positive feedback.
exactly.
Mhm.
It's like, okay, so I'm not just like, glorifying Wax Pro Academy and,
Not delusional.
I'm
It's not in my
I'm not
head.
delusional. I mean, a little delusional
Well, and
still,
also
but
the analogy we've said before at other times in podcasts. But the like when you go to work out and like once it's encouraging when you see results, right? So like if you lose 5 pounds and you're like,
yeah,
hell yeah, it's fucking working finally. That's for sure how we
yeah,
feel about social
yeah,
media too.
100%.
When you have a post that like really does well or goes viral and you're like,
Results,
oh my God,
results.
oh my God. It's
Yeah,
addicting because you're like, oh my gosh, people care.
yeah.
People wanted to
I'm
watch
helping
that.
people.
That's great. So that for me is huge. It's
Yeah,
like when you see it's working, then it encourages you to make more content like that. And another question that we wanted to ask each other, I mean, I think we both have the same answer. Like, what style of content did we both initially hate doing, but now we love?
Okay.
It's like a necessary
I want
evil.
a part two. So part one is what did we hate originally that now we love? And part two is what do you just love doing regardless? Like what type of content? So I'll start. I
Okay.
hated the scripted
Videos. We both did.
right. What's like one of the starting ones? Like the
You
trail.
think you have an idea,
Yeah, you
but
think
you
you
have
know.
wait.
Don't know. I can't even quote any of them because they're scripted. And that's why I hated them. Like that's so
Ugh,
I wish I could say the word I'm really thinking in my head, but I'm being mindful of everyone.
keep it
I
PC, baby.
I do not like it. It makes me feel cringe when I do the
Cringe is a
scripted.
really good word.
Now, we've done it so often now. We've done 8 scripted videos a month for 6 months. That's a
And guess
lot
what?
of freaking
The
videos.
scripted ones, you guys love. You guys love the
Love.
scripted
All of our
ones.
scripted ones, you guys are like, "Oh, the
Here's my
lighting, the
tits.
volume." Right,
I
right.
love scripted. And
Right.
we're like, really? Are you
Really?
sure?
This is what the
They're
people
like,
want?
oh my God, you guys, we love that. And we're like, oh, we watched that back. And I want to bash my face into the wall.
Mhm.
My husband will watch them. Like, I'll be in the kitchen and he's in the living room and he has it on full volume. And I'm like, it's like I'm the Wicked Witch being water thrown on me. I'm like,
You're right.
to
Right.
hear my voice back,
I don't watch
it's
them.
terrible.
I don't watch them.
That's also a really great piece of advice. This is how do you get over it?
Post and goes.
You post and goes. You don't watch it. You go back and engage. Make sure your volume is all the way the fuck down. You
Mhm.
do not listen to yourself back. You don't watch it back. You post that shit and you put your phone down.
Walk
That's
away.
how you get over
Mhm.
it. It's really
Wow.
solid
Rachel,
advice.
all of a sudden you're a social media coach.
I know. You can't watch it. It's so. And we said this in a different podcast.
Boom. Okay, so last episode, we said if we reference another podcast, we had to take a shot. Thankfully, there's no liquor in this house.
But truly,
There's some claws,
we
but there's no
did-
liquor.
We did say that.
Yeah.
It was like
No, we'd be blacked out by now. I'd have to
Anyway.
call your husband to pick you up, but
he's in
thankfully.
Fiji, so he can't come get me right now.
Bet it.
I know.
Listen.
So the scripted, yes, the dreaded scripted,
Mhm.
but the scripted are working.
The ones I do love, which we only did 2 of because again, you have to analyze
But
your
which ones?
analytics was the Manager Chronicles.
Oh, we can go back to those, but those were organic. Those weren't scripted.
I know, but I like those
I love those
because
they-
it's a real
it's
shit.
real, and I think
Yeah.
people like to hear.
Did they flop or we just
No.
haven't done them in a while?
No, we just haven't done them in a while. You've got to record them.
I love that style because I feel genuine. I'm like, oh, let's tap into all of it's blacked out, like because I'm controlled.
Well,
But when I allow myself to tap in, I'm like, oh my God. I mean, literally, let's take a little
we
poll
want to
here.
do a whole entire podcast episode of like the behind the scenes, the tea from European Wax Center. The first 2 seasons, we were really, really hesitant to like even name drop. We kept saying like the name, the company we can't
cannot
talk about.
name.
I'm like, why not? Why can we not talk about them?
You know why? Because I think it's
We get canceled right there. It's like,
yeah.
we're struck
No,
down.
it's distasteful and it's where we learned a lot.
No, and that's
I never
fine.
want to be like, fuck the place where I learned the foundation for
That, and
law.
that's fine. That can be the disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
But the amount of tea that we have from
you
head
guys
wax
have
trainer,
no idea. No
the
idea.
head wax trainer, employee of 15 years, manager, corporate trainer, corporate manager.
You
There's
guys,
a lot that we could talk about. Well, I just
can I give
saw.
them a little glimpse?
Sure.
I want to just give them like
Yeah.
30 seconds.
I would love that.
Okay, I manage 6 stores. Okay, 3 were in Arizona, 2 in New York, 1 in New Jersey. We had a huge team. Our regional trainers were in Arizona. We had a $1 million location and a $2 million location. We blew it like up. We were literally launching locations like left to right.
Well, and I think it should be said
Now, internally-
we worked for European Wax Center at the beginning of
Okay,
the blow
rewind.
up of corporate
So,
wax centers.
Yep, European
We were
Wax
one of
Center
the first
started.
stores.
Let me give you some history. In 2005,
Like,
and I'm
wait,
derailing.
This isn't the
This isn't
European
it.
Wax Center.
This
This is
isn't
a
it.
teaser
Okay,
to
we're
the
gonna,
European
you
Wax
know
Center
what?
episode.
Teaser. Hold everything
tuned.
else, but I will say this:
Because we could talk about it for a whole episode.
there was babies involved, domestic violence involved, cheating
Hell yeah.
involved,
Sorry, that's
DUIs involved.
No, but
alcoholism
even
involved.
when we talked about podcast episodes, that I was like, you could talk about not even like dragging them, like why you would hire a waxer, why you would fire a waxer,
Ooh,
what made you know a center would succeed, or like there's so much that we could talk about in the positive. I'm not even just saying
mhm.
like let's trash European Wax Center, but I
No,
think we could just do a whole episode on European Wax
for
Center.
sure. Stay tuned. I'll
It's
slate it
coming
out. I need to think about it because I hid a lot of it in my like
in
files back here.
your
Files
subconscious.
trauma dump, but it's
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
Back
So
to social
back
media.
to social media.
So now that we've talked about the styles, let's
Let's
tell the
talk about how we
people
keep it all
how we
organized.
batch it.
So, like, I'm totally gonna toot my own horn, and also another
Toot it.
plug. Back to a plug for the social media course that we're going to release. One of the things that you'll get with it is my social planner.
Say it again for the people.
My social media planner. You
Rachel
guys,
Kellgren's social media planner.
this thing is pretty legit.
It's legit. It makes me. I
So
was gonna say something bad, but I'm not gonna say it.
it
now.
does bad things too. No, so I built the social media planner. It started out as literally black and white date, type of post, which social platform, date or time posted. It was
And
like
I
bullshit.
will.
We should post.
I'll put myself in jail because I made that one.
No, and that's fine. But it's again, you just we
I
didn't
was
know
like,
what we didn't know.
there's basis,
Yeah.
and
We
then
were just doing
Rachel.
the best that we could. And no, and by the way, the evolution in me building this was not overnight. This was over 6 months that I was like,
So much work.
every month we would copy and paste it to the next month, delete everything, start over. And it was like, oh, you know what we should do is we should add time posted. Oh, you know what we should do? We should add
Hashtags.
length of video. Oh,
Mhm.
you know what we should do? We should add the hashtags. Oh, wait, it's too annoying to have hashtags and the caption
caption
separate.
separate
So let's do the caption with the
together.
hashtags under it. Like that's what I'm saying is like the evolution. It truly was
Right.
that. And I did it a lot from what your basis was to then me taking over social media and just being like, this is what would be easier. To then again using Chat GPT. Chat helped me build. It sounded like I said Chad, like he's my friend. Chat helped me build like 4 different versions, and I'm sure it will only continue to evolve based on other things that I learn in the next 6 months. But this monster social media calendar that I created, it would be part of, if you buy our social media course, you'll get it and it will be blank. And then you basically just put all your info in. Why it's so great is because it's a calendar, but the back end of it is the analytics equations. So you put in your date, your social media title of like, no means no. It was a scripted video professionally done. It's also you have drop downs of like not slating, categorizing what kind of post it is. And then from there, you have your caption and your hashtags that you're going to use, the time it was posted. Now,
Mhm.
when we started, we had one calendar that we just posted what was on TikTok, also on Instagram. Now we have a TikTok calendar, which we'll talk about that. That's a whole different topic
And
because our
now
content is
also a
separate.
YouTube Shorts calendar.
And we're supposed to be posting on Facebook separately. And it's just, you guys,
It's a lot.
I understand why it's an entire
Company
job,
job.
career for people. And we're just doing the best that we can, claiming to know what we're doing.
Right.
But so basically you take it organizes you on the front end of like what social media platform you're posting on, exactly where it's going. The title card is linked, right? Because that's also something you have to keep in mind of like what your actual grid and feed looks like, because that also has to be pretty. Because it's
And
not
you
just
should
enough that you
definitely
post the
take a
damn
look
content.
at ours if you haven't, because it
Pretty.
looks really good.
And then you have to be mindful of what your title cards say, because they need to be someone scrolling the For You page.
Hook.
It needs to stop them in their tracks. There's different kinds of hooks. There's visual hooks, verbal hooks.
There's hookers.
There's hookers. So anyway, the social media calendar, it keeps you organized in terms of what you're posting Monday through Friday, Monday through Saturday, Monday through Sunday, whatever it is. And then on the back end of our calendar, this is where
This is
where it
the
happens.
magic.
Then it has your analytics. And so it says like, we have decided that we're going to track our analytics 1 week from the date that it was posted.
7 calendar days.
7 calendar days. So if it was posted, then I go back in 1 week later and I input our analytics. Now, it's too confusing. Originally, one of the other versions of the analytics calendar that we ditched was
7
we
and
were going to
30.
do 7 and 30, but we realized there wasn't yes, there was change in terms of like the likes and the content and stuff was the not the content, the likes, the engagement was much higher because it had another 3 weeks to perform. But we could tell if a post was high performing in the first 7 days, and
Right.
in 30 days, that didn't change. If it was high performing in 7, it was still high performing in 30.
Correct.
If it flopped in 7, it still flopped. So it's like I spent a month of inputting all of this data that didn't really matter. So we decided to nix it. But again, like trial and error, evolution, you just have to figure these things out. So you input your data. So it wants to know what, well, I won't tell you exactly. I want you to wait for the calendar. But
She
basically,
wants you to buy
I want you to buy it. No,
it.
I just am like, and you know what? If you want to use ChatGPT and figure it out on your own, do that too. And maybe you'll make one that's even better than mine. If you do,
Arm
DM me.
wrestle. Arm wrestle, Rachel.
No, but basically we fed this algorithm, right? This beast to create this analytic spreadsheet that we will give you how a post performed in terms of like everything it did in terms of engagement, and then created a set of criteria in which my spreadsheet would tell me if the post was low performing, middle performing, or high performing.
And then it has conditional formatting, so it'll turn it red, yellow, green, depending on where it is
Right.
ranked.
So if you're looking at my spreadsheet, it will be like no means no will turn red or green. It was a good high performing post. And you'll be like, hell yeah. And so for someone like me, that's like a visual,
She's very data driven. She says visual, but she's
yeah, data
data
driven. Like
driven.
if I look at it and there's a ton of green on there, like my nipples are raging. I am
Raging.
like, can't, I'm like, oh my God, hell yeah.
Right. I'm like,
We're
you need a
doing
new
it.
shirt. You just cut through it. Another one.
Rachel, you did it again. No, but then, if it's all red, you're like, fuck, what am I doing wrong?
A fucking loser.
No, but you can really clearly see like red, 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 green, green, green.
Right.
And then
So
you can
you
look at
do the
green
green. You
and
do
go
the
like,
green.
what are all the green? Why?
Mhm.
And then to take a screenshot of this and then give it to chat and be like, all right, look at all these. Tell me what were the best performing. And then
Right.
chat goes, bing, 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 bing,
Okay.
bing.
Now, mind you, one of the versions gave us like a range of criteria, like with this many likes and this many views and this many follows or
It's not even
whatever.
that. But I don't want you to tell them what it is because I want them to
At some point, though,
at some point.
it was so
The
much.
criteria changes. And also I would
And
like to
we
say
change the criteria
we change the criteria.
that suits us. So just know that when you use things like chat, it's not one size fits
No.
all.
And one calendar is not the same as the other, where like when you research what performs well on TikTok is different than what performs well on Instagram. And again, like with the conditional formatting where
Yeah.
you can make it like light up green or light up red or light up
Mhm.
yellow. Like I also told it, even if it's a low performing post, I want you to highlight this cell green if this post gave us over 100 followers. And so it would be like low performing, sad. Oh, but we got 112 followers. Like
Right.
to me, that's still sort of a win. You want to be able to track that stuff because that matters. Like we said previously, it matters. Those are growth benchmarks that I think are really important. Or if maybe it only had 1,000 views and we're like, oh, sad, but 65 people saved it.
Right.
Like that's huge. That would be like a really high performing post. So just these things that you don't think about when we talk about the evolution of where we came from. We were just posting a picture and moving on, and now we're like, oh my god, I feel like that
Did I
Charlie
not text you
Day
like 2 days
meme.
ago? I was so embarrassed. I was like,
Why?
Rachel,
Remember what our account looked like?
2 years ago?
How
So
embarrassing.
embarrassing. Sorry, but I cut you
No,
off. You're
no,
telling
that
me.
that meme of isn't it Charlie Day? I didn't watch. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah, we're
He's like all
yeah,
this.
yeah.
He's got all the,
The red-
manic,
the
like
red
yeah,
fucking-
and the
yeah.
cigarette or whatever, and he's like like I feel like that's
Wait,
how I
is
look
that a self-portrait of myself?
at maybe. Like, is that a selfie we took together?
Yeah.
No, it's just we've come so far in terms of like understanding, and we're only going to continue to understand more of what's working, what's not. But I think one of the questions we get asked all the time is how do you guys come up with the content, and then how do you actually execute? And so
Okay,
we
coming up with
batch
content.
record.
Yeah. Kind of with the content is, obviously now we're spoiling it, but this is what you get if you've watched this far into this
Yeah, you get
episode. Lucky you. Our chatbot knows us inside and out. It literally could write something in Rachel's voice versus my voice. Like that's how much information we fed it. So in saying that, we do use a combination of ideas from chat. We feed it our ideas first and it comes back with some scripted ideas. We also send each other a ton of like inspiration,
Inspiration.
like love this or it'd be cool if we change it to this. Usually other industries and I think like Phil coined it like stealing, like gracefully stealing, or I can't word it the way he did, but I've always done that. Like I see something in a completely different industry. I'm like, that would be cool if it was
Yeah.
translated to this in
To
waxing.
waxing. I
Right.
do appreciate that. I follow a ton of hairstylists for that reason. And Eric, my husband, will send me them all the time. Like, you should do this for waxing because it feels less like copycat. Like
Yeah.
if you take where he's like, oh, do like if it's a hair cutting style and he's like, do this for waxing, or it's this trending audio for this topic instead. Where like, I don't know, for example, the trending or like dance keeping the wax on your
Yeah.
stick. Or I'm like, 7 billion people have done that one
Those
now.
embarrass me. Or
I
like
know I
the
can.
standing on the goddamn box with the heel and the
Oh,
like
that
this.
was
Can you get
instant
those?
karma. She just whacked her
No,
face.
no. It just barely like I haven't been punched in the mouth before. Come on now. No,
Spike
but
week,
are you
baby.
getting this, Jacob? Okay. They're standing on a
I
box
but
like
I'm
this in
impressed
high
by
heels.
them.
I'm not.
No, you're
That's
not
fucking
okay.
insane. I don't want to be like dance, monkey
Okay,
dance.
no, but I would like to circle back that how do we get our best ideas? We get our best ideas from what's already worked. We take those, we take our topics. I take the 7 best from the month and I give them to chat and I say, write me similar topics. Or we are just organically inspired by what has already worked. Or
Right.
we have a manic brain dump where we're talking on the phone and one of us is like rapid fire putting them in to
Right.
a note. Like you keep a notepad by your bed and you wake up in the middle of the night, you jot that shit down. Somebody says
Literally.
something to you and you go, hold on, and you put it in your phone. You do not expect to remember it. You will never remember it.
Our notes are all over the place. We go from the notes app in our iPhones, share that with each other. We text each other. We
We're
have
in Drive. We're
Asana,
in
Google
Drive.
Drive. It's all over. But point is, you got to capture it. If you're
Capture it.
inspired, you
Yep.
have to capture it because it will
Yep.
100%
And then
leave
what you're going to
so
do
quick.
is you're going to take another time that you sit down and you organize your thoughts and ideas
Mhm.
and you decide what you're doing with which type of content, whether that's this one is going to be a voice overlay, this one will be me talking to the camera, this one is going to be scripted where I hire someone or whatever. And that's how the social media planner can kind of help you quickly backing up to that too. Like when before, if you look at our social media planner before we put any of the analytics in, it's Monday through Sunday. We post on TikTok, or sorry, Monday through Sunday, we post on Instagram.
Instagram,
Monday
one
through
time a day.
Saturday. Yes, one time a day. And then Monday through Saturday on TikTok, and we post 3 times a day. Now, for TikTok, we post a scripted educational piece of content in the morning at 9 a.m. At noon, we post an organic. So that's either funny or also scripted. No,
But like,
sorry. Also organic, but not scripted.
right.
And then the 6 o'clock post every day is a podcast. And so it's the bare bones of it. All of those are slated out. And then we just plug and play all of the content.
That's right.
Now, I take the whole month to fill the calendar. I'm working like 1 or 3 days at a time because it's so much content to create and record and edit and do. So it's not like I have August, I haven't even started. What's today? The 28th?
Mhm.
Haven't even started August yet.
I also want to preface that we started off as educators with courses that we sold, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have become content creators like unwillingly, truly,
Unbeknownst to me.
unbeknownst to us,
No, we
we're
joked about that in the beginning.
right
Like, oh my God, we're content creators. I was like,
because
fuck, we're
we have
content
digital
creators.
products and
Right.
that means that our reach is online. So please also note that this advice and this insight is coming from people who essentially sell digital products online only. You will have a different strategy altogether if you're trying to get clients
Asses
in
and
the
seats. What's
door.
it?
Yeah, asses and seats to get wax. Now, everything we're saying could be applicable to your business, but I highly recommend you have a chatbot and you feed it this information. Anything you learn from this episode, put it in there, but customize it to a local esthetician in this market and help me get clients through my social media. It's not going to happen overnight.
No.
They have to trust you. They have to know your vibe. There's literally in your zip code probably 500 waxers in your zip code. Why are they going to come to you? And that's ultimately the message that you're portraying with your social media.
Mhm.
Why trust me and Rachel? We have to prove to you guys that we know what the fuck we're talking about. There's a lot of people selling shit to you guys every day. Why would you come to the Wax Pros? What actually makes us the Wax Pros? That's what we prove to you guys every single day. So just keep that in mind, but more on the scale of my clients. Why would my clients come to me? So that's how you
Mhm.
make that applicable for your business.
But I think the social media course will touch on all of that, like whether you are trying to create content to grow your business, scare your business, scale
Please.
your business, start a new business, whatever that need may be, you can kind of tailor what we've learned to what can help you.
Agreed.
What else? Any final thoughts? I think you started to say before, what is one thing that most SEs, or not even SEs, just like anyone creating content or putting content out, is getting wrong? And I think we both agreed, like, you're not doing the thing, which you talked about with Phil. You have to put your face on social media. You have to talk. People have
That's a
to
big
see
one.
you. It
Yep,
can't just
that's a
be your
big one.
hands. You have.
A brand is not just a logo.
It's not your voiceover. They need to see your face. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yep. That is why there's so many partnerships with brands that like seek out ambassadors to represent their brand because people have a voice. A logo does not, right? Like you believe me, not a sign that you drive by, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I agree with that. And I also, just to kind of recap, is you have to be intentional, know what your goal is, and have a strategy.
Yeah,
You
those are really
cannot
good
just be
takeaways
out
for sure.
here. I mean,
Throwing
you
shit at a
could,
wall.
you could,
No,
but
but
if you're
like
trying to get serious about it, you won't.
100%. But I
Yeah.
mean, and I think it all goes back to too, like when we talked about Wax Pro Academy and why we started Wax Pro Academy, we wanted to fill the gap between what you learn in school and the real world. And now for social media content creation, like the amount of feedback, like we started this whole thing with talking about all this feedback that it looks great. I could never do that. I wish I was as confident as you guys. How do you figure out what to post? If we could help even a small segment or small sector of women feel like I could do that, that's not that hard. It really is not that hard. It's really not that hard. You
It's
need
just
good
time.
lighting, time, and your phone. Everybody has a phone, right? You
Right.
need that's it. Like you can figure it out. And can you outsource and hire professional and scale? Yes, but to begin, it really is as simple as like slate the time for it, figure out how to use your resources and do the fucking thing.
Right.
That's it. Like anyone is capable of doing it, whether that's to get more people in your suite, to sell a digital product, whatever it is,
Right.
you have the means to do it. So,
I think the last little tip before we close out this episode is we want to just tell you what we do. And we slate a whole day. I mean, there's a few days a month that we slate some hours. Wednesday mornings typically work good for us, a good 4 hour chunk here and there. But we have a whole day of recording content. Like we do our reels, we do our funny stuff, our scripted stuff, our podcast, top to bottom, whole day, because that's what works for us. But point is, slate the time.
and it could be, yeah, you do 1 hour every day, or just your Sundays, you do it all in one shot,
Right.
whatever
We like
works.
to record one whole day and then we kind of edit throughout the month, or Rachel does. And
When she
that's what
said
we
we, I
do.
was like,
I give credit
oh, no,
where
I know.
it's
I'm just
due.
kidding. I know.
But I am very programmed to say we because
Of
there
course.
could be no
It
Wax
is a
Pro
we.
without Rachel.
We
There,
are the we pros.
yeah, we
We
woes, we pros. My dad will like that. Um, so
batch
let's
record. Yeah.
end with that. Batch record, do the thing. You know, good luck to all of you. If you need help, social media course coming to
It's
you.
coming soon, baby.
Little
Oh, yeah.
sales pitch there for you. And we'll see you on episode 4.
4.